at Papa's Polar Patch just off River Road in Bismarck. Iconography is an ancient art form that can be traced back to the Apostle Luke. The evangelist is credited with painting the very first icon. Today, very few artists possess the skills to make icons because the process is so unforgiving and time-consuming. Despite the challenges the medium presents, a Benedictine monk has spent the past 2 years following in the brushstrokes of the biblical icon by creating a religious work of art the old-fashioned way. Cliff Naylor reports.
Before Brother Llewellyn Kouba lays a brush on his icon panels, he meticulously mixes up his paint, just like artists did in the first century.
It's a slow process.
Iconic colors are created by mixing egg yolks with water or wine.
So I'll add 1 dropper of egg to my dry pigment.
This ritual of rendering each individual color is not an exact science.
I don't know if that's green enough yet.
The natural ground ingredients he uses come from Afghanistan, Egypt, and Uzbekistan.
The pigments come from all over the world. We use the colorants that the ancients used, lapis lazuli, Egyptian blue, dioptus. Many of these colors do not exist in oil paint. This predates oil paint. Every time you add a new color or any color, you have to mix it with the pure egg itself. Some pigments tend to float. They don't absorb water well. So you always mix it up with a small amount first.
Once the paints are prepared, Brother Llewellyn always prays before he paints.
Enlighten my soul and that of thy servant. Guide my hand that I may reproduce thy features.
Add a little Russian Orthodox music, and Brother Llewellyn is ready to paint.
A lot of control needed in this medium.
Brother Llewellyn doesn't use brushstrokes when making an icon. Instead, he applies several coats of color over small areas to produce an image. Each layer needs to dry before a new one is spread on.
I'm just floating over top of the previous layer with a layer of pigment and egg emulsion.
The gold leafing on this icon contains real 23-karat gold, and up to 6 layers of paint have been applied to this piece. Icons aren't created on canvas. Wood panels are used instead. When Brother Llewellyn's painting is completed, the icon will span 8 feet and include 3 panels that measure 4 feet in height, depicting the 117-year history of Assumption Abbey. In Richardton, Cliff Naylor, NBC, North Dakota News.
Brother Llewellyn estimates he'll complete his work on his icon sometime this year, and when that happens, Cliff will bring us a follow-up story showing us what the finished painting looks like.